Number 1. Extraordinary memory. The phrase "an elephant never forgets" is much more than just a metaphor. In reality, elephants have exceptional memory, able to recall details about places, individuals, and even events over several decades. This phenomenon is particularly helpful for the matriarchs, the older, experienced females who lead the herd. During droughts, for example, they can remember the location of water sources, often after years of absence, allowing the group to survive under difficult conditions. A touching story highlights this remarkable memory. In 2000, two elephants, Jenny and Shirley, were reunited after being separated for over 20 years. When they met again, they instantly recognized each other and showed visible signs of joy, which deeply moved the onlookers. This magical moment proved the power of their memory and their ability to recognize long-lost companions, even after decades apart. Number 2. They communicate through infrasound. In addition to their famous trumpeting, elephants have an even more fascinating form of communication: infrasound. These are very low-frequency sounds, invisible to the human ear, that can travel for several kilometers. These sounds allow them to communicate with each other, even at a distance, for various purposes, such as alerting of danger, searching for food, or coordinating movement. Infrasound isn't just useful for communication within a single group. In fact, it can also help detect the presence of other elephants nearby or even predators. These sounds travel through the ground, and elephants can perceive them not only with their ears but also through their feet, allowing them to react quickly to potential threats or changes in their environment. Another fascinating aspect of their communication is how they use infrasound to signal their presence to other herds, demonstrating the importance of interconnectedness and solidarity among these creatures. Number 3. They recognize their reflection. The mirror test is a method used to assess self-awareness in animals. The test involves placing a mark on an animal's body and then observing its reaction when it sees itself in a mirror. Few animals can pass this test. However, elephants are part of the elite group that can. When a mark is placed on their face, they carefully examine it with their trunk, confirming its presence by touching it. This ability to recognize themselves in a mirror is a sign that elephants possess advanced self-awareness. It places them alongside dolphins, great apes, and ravens in terms of self-awareness. This suggests that they have a complex perception of themselves and their environment, and they are capable of advanced introspection for an animal of their size. It is fascinating to see that this ability to recognize themselves in a mirror is not only a sign of intelligence but also shows that elephants are social animals who understand their role within the group, which can be crucial for their behavior and interactions. Number 4. Their trunk is an ultra-functional tool. The elephant's trunk is one of the most impressive structures in the entire animal kingdom. Made up of nearly 40,000 muscles, it is both incredibly powerful and astonishingly delicate. This allows the elephant to use it for a wide variety of tasks, both heavy and fine. For example, an elephant can lift a heavy tree trunk with its trunk, but it can also delicately pick a small berry or flower. The trunk is also essential for the elephant's daily survival. It allows them to drink large amounts of water, up to 8 liters at a time, feed themselves, bathe, and socialize with other herd members. Elephants can even use their trunk to create specific sounds to communicate with other elephants. Another surprising aspect of the trunk is its role in affection. Elephants use their trunks to caress, touch, and comfort their companions, which demonstrates their social nature and ability to express emotions. Number 5. They live in a matriarchal and supportive society. Elephants live in a unique and highly organized social structure. Unlike many other animals, elephants live in a matriarchal society, where the oldest and most experienced females lead the herd. The matriarch, usually the oldest female, is responsible for guiding the others in finding food, water, and navigating their territory. This leadership role is particularly crucial during times of crisis, such as droughts or environmental dangers. The matriarchs possess an in-depth knowledge of their territory and its resources, which they have gained over their long lives. This wisdom allows them to make informed decisions for the survival of the group. Younger elephants and even adult males typically respect the authority of the matriarch and follow her guidance. Elephants also show great social behavior within their group. They care for the young and injured, and they even seem to grieve when a loved one dies. This shows the depth of their emotional bonds and their capacity to feel complex emotions such as sadness and loss. Elephants are not only majestic creatures but also intelligent, social, and deeply emotional beings. Their memory, ability to communicate, self-awareness, and social organization make them unique animals that deserve our attention and protection. However, their existence is increasingly threatened by poaching and habitat destruction. We all have a role to play in protecting these exceptional creatures. Want to help? Share this video to raise awareness about their ecological importance and supporting conservation efforts. Elephants truly are extraordinary creatures. Let's not let them disappear. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Rhinoceroses, the armor giants of the wild. The rhinoceros, often seen as a prehistoric giant roaming the plains and forests of Africa and Asia, is one of nature's most extraordinary creatures. With its thick armor-like skin, massive size, and iconic horn, the rhino has fascinated and mystified humans for centuries. Yet, beyond its powerful appearance, this incredible mammal faces numerous challenges in a world where its survival is increasingly threatened. In this documentary, we dive deep into the life of the rhinoceros, exploring its biology, behavior, and the urgent need for its conservation. A body built for power. One of the heaviest land mammals, rhinos are among the largest land animals on Earth, second only to elephants. The white rhinoceros, the biggest of all rhino species, can weigh up to 2,300 kilograms 5,000 pounds, while the smaller Sumatran rhinoceros weighs around 800 kilograms 1,800 pounds. Their immense size makes them nearly invincible in the wild, with few natural predators daring to attack them. A natural suit of armor. Despite their tough, rugged appearance, rhinos have surprisingly sensitive skin. Their thick hide, which can be 5 centimeters, 2 inches, thick, is not just a form of protection, it also helps regulate their body temperature. However, their skin is prone to sunburn and insect bites, which is why rhinos love to wallow in mud. The dried mud acts as a natural sunscreen and insect repellent, keeping them comfortable in hot environments. The famous horn, a double-edged sword. A rhino's horn is its most distinctive feature, but it's also the reason it is so heavily poached. Unlike elephant tusks, which are made of ivory, a rhino's horn is composed of keratin, the same material as human hair and nails. Despite this, myths and beliefs surrounding its supposed medicinal properties have led to relentless hunting. Rhino horns grow continuously throughout their lives, and if broken or trimmed, they can regenerate, a fact that has led some conservationists to humanely remove horns to deter poaching. The social life of rhinos. Mostly solitary creatures. Unlike elephants or lions, rhinoceroses are largely solitary animals. They prefer to live alone, except for mothers raising their calves. However, white rhinos are more sociable and sometimes form small groups, known as crashes. Communication through scent and sound. Even though they don't live in large groups, rhinos communicate in unique ways. They have an excellent sense of smell and use scent markings to establish territory. Males spray urine to warn rivals, while mothers use scent to recognize their calves. Rhinos also make surprising vocalizations, including grunts, snorts, and even whistles. Some species, like the black rhino, can be quite vocal, emitting high-pitched screams when threatened or excited. A newborn warrior. A long pregnancy for a strong calf. Female rhinos have one of the longest gestation periods in the animal kingdom, carrying their young for 15 to 18 months longer than most other land mammals. When born, a baby rhino, called a calf, weighs around 40 to 60 kilograms, 90 to 130 pounds, and is surprisingly active within hours of birth. Learning to survive. Calves are extremely vulnerable to predators such as lions, hyenas, and crocodiles. However, they are fiercely protected by their mothers, who will charge at any threat. A young rhino will stay with its mother for about 2 to 3 years, learning vital survival skills before venturing out on its own. A day in the life of a rhino. A big appetite. Rhinos are herbivores, but their diets vary depending on the species.